Loren, how's it going?
Tom, it's going fantastic. How are you?
Man, I was doing really good until I saw what today's list is about.
Yeah, it's I mean, we could call it the top 5 rare and costly games, but in all reality, it's top 5 depression.
Top 5 depressive games ever owned and sold is what it should be called.
So our stipulation for this list, when we made to each other before we went our separate ways and made our individual lists, was you have to either own the game, have owned the game, or at least have played the game physically. No emulation, no reading about it on Google, no going to YouTube and
No
seeing
bullshit.
top 5 most expensive games. If you have Nintendo World Championships in your list, you're full of shit.
I know, I don't.
and neither do I. So let's just get that out of the way. We do not have $50,000 games in our list here. Okay?
No, we don't.
Nonetheless, some
But
of these
maybe
games are
both our games together are about worth close to that.
You know, it's not far off.
Yeah.
I bet. Nonetheless, some of these games we no longer have.
It's true.
And that causes a bit of depression.
Yeah, for myself, about 3.5-4 years ago, I was coming down with some real hard times, and I needed cash. And I did the unthinkable.
Yep.
I sold my entire video game collection. And doing this list and looking back at some of the games I just really liked, and also which some of them that are so expensive that I couldn't believe
I know
how expensive they were. If I would have waited an extra 3 years,
yeah, some of these on my list,
they like shot up.
I'm
I don't know
shocked.
why they shot up so much.
I'm shocked how much these
And
have
some of
gone
these games shouldn't be this much.
No.
And I don't understand why.
No.
I just don't.
No. You're right. Like, for example, my honorable mention.
Yeah?
It was developed by Capcom, and it was in January 1996. And if you're wondering, that's probably why this game is so valuable.
Okay.
Because-
Capcom. Super Nintendo.
Well, think about that. Yeah, it's
Super Nintendo. Capcom. 96.
Mega Man X3.
Oh, that's an expensive ass game.
Okay, so we're and most of these prices,
$300, right?
I'm just going to talk loose pricing, right? So no box,
Loose
no
300.
manual. Loose is $275 to $300.
275
is
to
a typical,
yeah.
great, right on the nose, man.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the game for a little bit.
Let's, please.
So this had the CX4 chip, so it allowed for like basic wireframe 3D animations, and that was a big part of it. So it was more expensive.
And
to
you know,
develop.
the game felt a little quicker, but that being said, there was still some slowdown to this game.
Oh yeah, it's still at the end of it. It's still a Super Nintendo, man. It runs at 3.75 megahertz. It's slow. And at this point, 1996, when they're jamming way too much into the cartridge, it's gonna slow down.
What is cool about the first level in this game?
Geez, I'd have to think back on that one.
You get to halfway through the level, play as Zero for the very first time.
Right. Okay, right. Sorry, I'm thinking
with the lightsaber.
No, I'm thinking the green dude from Mega Man X2. I was like, why is that special?
Why is that guy
He
popping
fucking
up?
dies. Why is that special? Sorry, green bike dude. But no, okay, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, so you switch over and then you have the saber.
Yeah.
And this is literally the only time you get to play as him.
Yes.
For like half a stage.
Not very long.
Until X4.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Good call, man.
Yep.
No, that's a good... And stupid expensive.
Very expensive.
Here's Lauren's money-saving tip of the day, number 1.
Buy Japan.
Get the Japan card. I got it for $10 fucking dollars.
$10 or $15.
$10 and $4 shipping from Japan.
Yeah.
And it showed up in 4 days.
They were so fast.
It showed up. Japan has the best mail service on the planet. You can pay $10.
Pay the $10.
Take nippers and just crush the
tabs on your
tabs
SNES.
out of your Super Nintendo.
Do it the right way.
I did it with a Dremel.
Yeah,
because I'm fancy like that.
Yeah, just have a vacuum up in there while it sucks everything out while you're doing it.
My honorable mention. I no longer have the actual American cart. I have the Japanese cart, and that's good enough for me.
How is that
man.
your honorable? Man, it's gonna get expensive, isn't it?
My list is getting expensive very quickly.
So I didn't do my list on most expensive value base, just as they came up. Okay, so my honorable mention is a really good Super Nintendo game. It's one of its It's on its own class. It was released kind of early on, 93, July 15. It's called Evo, Search for Eden.
What an excellent game.
Yeah, it's published by NX.
Like, first off, this is, like, right off the bat, it's Echo the Dolphin, but fucking how it should have been.
How it should have been. Which
And
was
then-
nowhere near what this is.
And then add all the evolution in.
So this is a... I want to
Call
simplify
it.
it.
An under the sea side-scrolling...
I want to call it a fish RPG.
Yeah.
Because that's how you start off.
Side-scrolling fish RPG.
Because you start off as a fish, and then eventually you decide if you want to be a mammal, or if you want to be a lizard,
Yep.
or whatever. You decide what you want to
You
evolve
decide how
to.
you come onto land.
This game makes sense to be on this list the most to me. It's a somewhat late game, but it's earlier on. You know what I mean? That makes no sense. Like it's
Was
an early-ish
was it
late
that
game.
late?
93. It's a side scroller kind of pseudo RPG.
You know what though? Enix was the best at those. Like,
Yeah.
think of all the Soul Blazer, Illusion of
Yeah.
Gaia, Terra Enigma, right? Brain Lord.
So I sold this game, and I remember the price for it because it's exactly what's going for now, loose. $325.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So that's my honorable mention 1. I have honorable mention 2, but it's called Scat, and
Wait,
it's
is
made
this,
by
is this
Natsume
NES or Super NES?
for NES.
NES Scat.
Yeah.
Is it really fucking ugly box art? Like, it's a dude with a
Yeah,
porn
with
star
green
mustache.
with a green
Green
cybernetic
suit?
suit.
It looks like he has no legs.
Yes, that's the one.
Hey!
That's the one.
I fucking had this too.
I sold it for $300.
No, what?
$300 for this game at
Next Wave?
Next Wave.
No.
Yeah, because
Ryan,
the guys looked it up on eBay and they were
Ryan,
like, "All right,
you fucking sell that back to him right now. Ryan's a good guy. Ryan makes my number 1, by the way.
it's $650 if you have the manual in the box, and this game sucks. This is like a lower. This is like this is a Contra game, shoot 'em up, horizontal shoot 'em up. Okay. So someone please,
I bought this game from Jumbo Video in Sherwood Park for $5.
dude. You should have held on to
I
it.
sold it for like 10.
This game
Fuck.
is stupid expensive. Can someone please explain to me why this game is so expensive?
When Jumbo Video shut down, they sold all their not Jumbo Wilkie's Video.
Yeah.
So it was an ex Edmonton Eskimo, who are now the Elks. He opened up a rental store in Sherwood Park, and when he wanted to make room for more Super Nintendo, Genesis, and PlayStation, he sold off all the NES games. $5 a game, no matter what.
Oh my
No matter what the game
God.
is. And of
Dude,
course,
I would have been there in a heartbeat.
dude, this is literally
Before the eBay expensive video, like remember back in the day when they would sell like lots of 15 and 20 games for
This
like
is all
$10.
like literally coinciding with AOL.
Yeah.
And people stealing AOL floppy disks out of their neighbors'
Yeah, just so they get an extra month
mailbox so
with
they
a
get an
different
extra
email.
700 hours.
Yeah,
Like, this is right at the heart of that.
Yeah.
So nobody had a fucking clue.
I don't think even eBay was out yet. eBay wasn't a
No,
thing
eBay
yet.
didn't exist. That was
Yeah.
like 2005 or something.
Yeah.
They like,
Like games
There
back
were
in
no
the 90s,
prices.
early 2000s were so inexpensive.
yeah.
Damn it.
Every NES game I owned from like that Wilkie's Video Mart,
Yeah.
every single one went for more than $5. Fuck.
You can never do that shit again.
No.
Anyway, so
Fuck.
so go
That's
go
your
on ahead.
two honorables.
That's my 2 honorable.
I had Scat.
Yeah. Do you want to know my number 5?
Yeah.
Okay. And this one's gonna make you laugh.
No.
Ninja Gaiden Trilogy,
Fuck you. You know what though? You're better. You're fucking better off.
made by Tecmo.
Did you sell it for a good price?
I sold this one for a really good price.
Good.
Because I had the box
Good
and a
fucking
manual
riddance.
for it.
It's a terrible game.
I sold it for $500
Dude.
with a box and manual. And
riddance.
right
Good
now,
job.
loose, it'll go for $300. This is, to me,
So pushing over $1,000 complete.
I think so, if it's in pristine condition yet. And I know Lauren's going to shit on me for this, but this to me is the best version of Ninja Gaiden.
You shut your fucking mouth.
Why, you ask? Because the music is upgraded and redone other than just the graphics. Like, the composer came back and redid every track, which you're not going to get all the time
I will totally give you that.
from going from one console to the next. Normally, they'll just be like, oh, just put it through this chip and we'll see how it sounds like.
They put the effort in, and they actually, like, just like Nintendo did when they re-released the, like, for, like, the Mario Collection. What the hell is the Mario Collection called?
Super Mario All Stars.
Yeah, thank you. How'd my brain go dead on that? Super Mario All Stars. They redid everything. The music, kind of. I think they just put it into a 16-bit generator and just redid the sound. What they didn't update or keep whole was the fucking gameplay.
Yeah.
The gameplay sucks in the trilogy.
It does.
The sound is awesome.
The sound's great. The physics are basically the same as Nintendo, I find. The sprites are a little bit bigger, and but to me again, I already mentioned this once before in the past lists. Even if it's just a decent game and the music is bombing, I'm playing it.
Okay.
Because it could be like one of the best games ever, and if that soundtrack is annoying as shit, I'm turning it off.
I'll give you. Oh, that's fair enough.
That's just me, though. That's just me. So anyway, my number 5, Ninja Gaiden Trilogy. What is your number 5?
My number 5 is probably the most obvious game you could possibly put on this
Mario
list.
RPG.
No,
Oh,
that's
okay.
actually not even close.
Okay. I'm wrong.
This game was released June 1995. It was made by Ape and HAL Labs for the Super Nintendo. It only came in a large box with scratch and sniff stickers.
Earthbound.
Yeah. Better known as Mother 2.
Why did it only come out in a big box? I never understood that.
Because they wanted to make it a weird release.
Well, they got my attention on that. I thought there was like a big controller or something in that.
No, it came with a player guide and a couple pages of scratch and sniff stickers that literally smelled like boogers and terrible things.
Yeah.
And then their main advertisement for this game was "This game stinks."
Yeah. And then you had a little scratch thing on the magazine.
Yes, and it was a 2-page ad, and it was a big deal. And it was a big deal for the wrong reasons. People were like, what is this shit?
Yeah.
I'm not buying this.
That's smart advertising.
And was it? Nobody bought it.
I think it's smart advertising.
Now, maybe.
Yeah.
But in 1995, it was terrible because nobody bought it. At one point, I could buy this thing sealed from Toys R Us in the bargain bin for
$60.
$29.
$30, okay.
$29. Okay.
Back in the late 90s or?
6 months later.
Okay, 6 months later.
Nobody bought this game. Nobody
Wow.
bought this game. Right? I rented it. I was like, it's cool. I didn't even think to go like, this might be worth money one day.
Yeah.
I'll get a buy for $29. Right? Most places sold this thing for $50. Canadian, and it released at $99.99, and I think
they're already losing.
I think that's
cash.
part of it because literally the Super Nintendo was $100 in '95.
Yeah, why would you spend that much on it? Yeah.
Right, so nobody bought it. Let's get through some info about this thing.
Okay.
Satoru Iwata was the lead programmer. You know who he went on to be?
You tell me.
President of Nintendo. The guy responsible for the fucking Wii.
Yeah.
He launched the Wii. And unfortunately, he's no longer with us. He passed away, I think, from cancer. So, have you ever played Earthbound, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, so
What a great
it's
game.
like Ness, Jeff, Pooh, Paula, as they go through your sanctuaries and then fight Gygus and the piece of shit neighbor. So it's a very strange take on Western culture. I think that's what my draw to this game is. It's very fun. I love this game. The odometer HP bar, what a fucking brilliant.
Yeah, that confused me at the
mechanic.
time because it used to be like.
Well, you can be hit with a mortal blow.
Yeah.
It takes 400 damage. You only have 380 hit points, but it takes about 15 seconds for your 380 hit points to roll down before you're actually dead. That leaves you time to do one more thing. So why not heal yourself? And it works, man. You fucking stay alive before your HP bar goes to nothing, right? Very cool. But yeah, the US ad campaign really fucked it.
But you know what? I still remember those magazine ads to this day.
I'm not even going to tell you how much this game goes for sealed.
How much?
Oh, fuck, I don't know. Google, it's a lot. Thousands.
I'll check it up. You tell me your prices.
Thousands. I have it as a loose cart, so that's the only price that I wrote down.
Okay.
I'm not bothering with complete in box, with the manual and the scratch and sniff stickers. A loose cart is $400 and up right now.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's a pretty expensive Super Nintendo.
And I'm
title.
talking 5 years ago. Keep in mind, this thing came out in the Virtual Console for the Wii U, and it's on the Switch. If you have Nintendo Online, you get the NES Online and the Super NES Online for free, and this game is in it. You can play Earthbound with your online... I know you just made a face.
Holy shit.
So it's thousands, right? It's a couple grand at least.
It's $5,000 for
Yeah,
this game
okay.
for everything sealed, man.
Yep.
Not even sealed, just to have everything with the game is $5,000.
Yeah. Honestly, if you... And I also, while we're doing this topic, let's address something that really fucking bothers me. Grading sealed video games.
Fuck that
Fuck
shit.
all of you that do
Fuck
it.
that shit.
You're
and fuck
a fucking
you guys.
scourge on the...
Seriously, nobody is
You're
going
a
to that.
barnacle
Why are you adding
the
this to the
testicle
collecting
of the gaming world.
It makes
Fuck
no
all
sense.
of you. I'm glad we're on the same page.
Oh yeah, no. I think grading
I
of games
hate
is
you
disgusting.
If you keep a
It's
game...
either sealed, it's broken up, or it's loose, and that is fucking it.
Great.
Who is responsible for deciding the grade and price? You know what I mean?
The same
Like,
guys
that's
that auction
bullshit.
them off for record profit.
That's bullshit.
Allegedly. We'll just throw
I
that allegedly.
I
so we
always
can't be sued.
hated graded. It makes no sense to
Yeah,
me.
I fucking hate graded.
It's not like it's a piece of gold that just got bouilloned and you need someone to certify the damn fucking thing.
Yeah.
Okay? Fuck you.
Here's my... We're going to go with a stretch of 2 games that I used to own.
Okay.
I'm just going to talk about one right now, and that's all I can take before my heart explodes. I used to own this game. It's for the NES. This is my number 4, by the way. Made by Capcom. This came
Okay.
out in June 1993.
So
and
Super
this is
Nintendo
one of the
again.
games that I bought from Wilkie's Video Mart for $5.
Super Nintendo.
NES.
Oh, NES. Okay,
NES
so
game.
late in the NES.
2 years after the Super Nintendo came out.
Okay.
That's why this
People
game
are
is
phasing it
so
out.
expensive,
Yeah.
because nobody bought it. It's DuckTales 2.
Oh, that one is expensive.
This is essentially a DuckTales redone with just more polish.
More different levels. It's like this DuckTales 2, like the continuation.
Essentially, it's the pogoing is much easier.
Yeah.
It's more intuitive. It's
Scrooge McDuck still has all his same
literally
attacks
it's
that he has.
just pressing down, but
Yeah.
it's easier to pull off a pogo in DuckTales 2 than DuckTales 1.
Yes.
It's a better game. It's literally more of the same. It typically goes for $300 to $325 for a shitty loose copy.
Ugh.
That's loose copy. I'm not even wasting my time with looking up.
Why wouldn't you
complete
just
box.
get DuckTales 1 at that point?
I mean, I wouldn't pay $300 for DuckTales 2.
I wouldn't pay
I would not.
$300 for any game.
You're right.
Actually, that's a lie. I would pay $300 for
North
disc
versus South.
drive for N64.
Oh.
Here you go.
Is it on your list, by the way? F-Zero X.
No, but it should have been.
64 disc drive.
Because that's expensive as shit.
Okay, just to get a disc drive now, I'm gonna guess is $1,000 or more, and then
It's more.
F-Zero 64 expansion,
It's
which I think adds 48 more levels or something like that. Something stupid.
it
like
it
that.
adds more levels, but like what we talked about last time, you can make your own levels for
Okay.
F-Zero X.
Okay. That's all I'm gonna talk about DuckTales 2. That's it. That's my
Okay,
number 4.
F-Zero X kit 64 DD expansion, $1,200. Just
the
for the
game.
cart. Just the game. You can find one as low as $500. So you're looking for $500 and up.
Okay. Anyway, that's my
That
number
was a
4.
good title.
I'm not gonna sit around on that one because that one hurts. That one hurts a little.
Okay, well, do you want to forget about your hurt and hear my hurt for
Yeah,
a game
your
that
number
I didn't even
4?
think was going to be this expensive?
Oh. Uh-oh.
So this is made by Natsume. It's for original Nintendo. Released January 2nd, 1992 by a publisher I never heard of before in my life called Sofel, S-O-F-E-L.
Soulful. I've heard of Natsume. Like, one of my favorite Super Nintendo games is Natsume.
Yeah. So goes as low as $600 loose, and as high as $1,300 loose for a good sticker. I'm talking about Dragon Fighter.
For an NES.
For NES, Dragon Fighter. If I could explain this game, I'd say it's a mashup of a Castlevania, a Mega Man, and a Gradius.
I mean, I'm sold.
That's how this game is.
Yeah.
Graphics for the most part is the kind of great art style. It has lots of moving backgrounds. Sound is good. It's not an easy game by any means. And once you beat the first level, you want to keep going for this game.
Yeah.
Like because there's that challenge. There's that challenge in the first level that isn't Nintendo hard, but it's hard enough that you want to fucking beat it. And if you beat it, you want to keep going.
Right.
I understand why this one is so expensive. It's a really good game. I love the dragon side-scroller parts, which is like your Gradius part. You're a dragon, and it's a horizontal shoot-'em-up at some parts.
Okay.
Do I think it counts as a shoot-'em-up? No, I don't think it counts as a shoot-'em-up, but... So, yeah, Dragon Fighter, I understand why it is so expensive of a game, is that it's like 3 different games in one, and that there's lots of replayability towards it, and it's challenging. So, pick it up if you can afford it. My number 3, and I don't even fucking like this game.
I'm sorry, I cannot believe this one.
I don't even fucking like this game to begin with, okay? It's fucking...
It's not good.
And I owned it. It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighter, okay? This was released in 1994 for original Nintendo.
Yeah.
Dev Pub, Konami. Low end of this game.
And we're back after a small technicality of 2 cats.
So yeah.
Trying to destroy each other.
Yeah,
so here
these
we
2
are.
cats sometimes. Right now, they're in separation modes. I'm holding on to Batman, and Robin is in another room.
Hey, even Batman and Robin can't get along all you know.
So yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighter. I already talked about this game. We both already talked about this game. There are no good fighter games for original Nintendo. You have 2 fucking buttons and you have to press select, okay?
It's better than Rise of the Robots.
That is true.
That's it.
That's true.
That's
that
it.
being said, this game low end $350 loose. High end, even if it's just a good sticker without the box and manual, $2,000. If you have one with a manual and the box, still about $2,000.
Wait, you're talking the NES one?
The NES one.
Oh, yeah. It's so late. That's why.
It's a late Nintendo game.
I get it.
And I hate it.
It was like 94, right?
It's a shitty game. 95 is when it came out, yeah.
I mean, what's the point? At that?
Oh, no, sorry. 94.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even 94. What's the point?
Yeah.
At that point. Technically, like, depending when in 94, the PlayStation might be out by then. You know?
Yeah. And you want to save your money for that and not buy a shitty game like this.
Right. Or the Saturn. Or if you're a fighting game fan, you're buying the Saturn anyway.
Yeah.
But not this.
How about you, sir?
Holy cow.
Do you have your number 3?
Yeah, my number 3 is The Last of the Heartbreak. Okay.
The Last of the Heartbreak. Okay.
Last of the Heartbreak on my list.
Okay.
Yet another Wilkie's Video Mart
Again?
$5 NES game that is no longer with me. And this one hurts. This one really hurts.
Okay, let's hear it.
So, Taito for
good,
NES.
Good company.
October 92, so very late. It's a sequel, again. And it's called Power Blade 2. Power Blade 1
That's
was
an expensive game.
It's also expensive. It's fantastic.
I own this game as well. I made a big killer on this.
This game is like...
I think $450 when I sold it for loose.
This game is kind of like low G, man. It looks like shit, but give it a chance.
Yeah.
It's a very fun, playable game, man. For the breakdown, it's a platforming run and gun. You got 4 different areas. You defeat the mid-boss and then the boss of the area. You destroy it, you select your order, you unlock Area 5 after you do the 4 in any order you want, right? And Area 5 is like, it's kind of like a Wily area, and you beat that and then you go on to the final, like the final Wily area. Very cool game. There's like these collectible suits that let you like swim, you can climb walls, you can fly. You know, in a way, this game kind of feels
like a Mega Man.
No, it feels more like the Gargoyle's
Gargoyles
Quest
for Super Nintendo?
Yeah, but
Okay.
like Demon's Crest for Super Nintendo.
Oh, okay.
It kind of feels like that. So way ahead of it, and made by Taito instead of Capcom. It was developed in the U.S. but released in Japan first, which makes this confusing as shit.
That is confusing.
Very confusing. Like especially Taito, a Japanese company. Why would they dev it here, but then release it back in Japan?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Care to take a guess on this one?
What's the year?
92.
NES, Taito.
Yes. So this is also the other thing we were just talking about, graded games. This is a game that got essentially. So we'll talk about the sealed. Okay, the price fixing on the sealed is absolute bullshit due to WATA, like WATA, and the Heritage Auctions. There's allegations, pretty accurate allegations, that they are one and the same.
Okay.
So the same people grading your shit are
the same people selling it? That should not be fucking...
allegedly price fixing their own fucking auctions. Okay. So now that that's out of the way, sealed, these have gone for over 10 grand.
What the fuck?
Over 10 grand. Loose, which is what I had, starts at about $1,000. Yeah, and long story short, the price fixing is hard on this one, and it's like the sealed graded versions have gone for over $10,000, but a loose cart is kind of riding the coattails of that, and you're getting about $1,000 starting for this game. Anyway, that's the last of my absolute sob story on this list and my depression. My number 2, I currently own, baby.
Nice.
And you know what? Just for your fucking sanity, I left Radiant Silvergun off this list, but that,
okay.
that routinely goes for. It can go up for $800 to $1,000 as well, as long as you have the spine and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And our good friend Ryan at Next Wave was gonna sell me a sealed version of it for $200 a couple years ago,
nice
and I
of
didn't buy it. That goes for like $2,500 now. But no,
Holy shit.
my number 2.
Yep.
Is a PC Engine game.
PC Engine games are expensive?
PC Engine game. Oh boy. So
Did I open up a can of whoop ass?
So let's go down this rabbit hole. My game is Strider Huryu.
Oh, Strider. What's
It's
Huryu?
literally Strider. That's his last name. It's
okay.
In the PC Engine version, they call it Strider Huryu. But it's literally so this is the game that you played on Genesis, early on in the Genesis days. Nothing's different. This came out in September '94.
Well, something's different. The controls are different.
Controls are a little bit different. You can move while you're clinging onto walls, and you're swinging your what do they call the sword again? The
katana?
No, it's like a plasma saber, whatever.
Oh, okay.
Right. While you're swinging that, you can move. While you're clinging onto things. In the Genesis version and the arcade version, you couldn't. There's also an entirely extra level.
Really?
In this version. But the biggest difference, Red Book audio. So
again with the Red Book audio.
Full-blown Red Book audio,
yeah.
Which, for anybody that doesn't know what Red Book audio is, you can take this game, put it in your CD player of your stereo, skip the first track, and listen to the music as if it was a CD. So it's literally CD quality audio, which is better than PlayStation games. I think it's my favorite version of the game. Here's why it's expensive. You don't just need the game. Okay, the game is currently going anywhere $200 to $400.
Wow.
Depending on condition. And
for a
that's
loose copy.
That's loose in jewel case
In jewel
because it's a
case,
CD,
yeah.
right? But honestly, I've seen loose without CD.
Like in a paper bag.
or like in like a
paper CD tray, whatever they're called.
Disc tray,
Yeah,
like the Maxell CDR tray,
Yeah.
for $200. Typically $400 if you want like with the manual, everything, and the spine and all that. But it doesn't end there. So now you need the console to play it on, and this is a Japanese CD.
So you need the Japanese PC
So
engine.
you need a PC engine, but the chances that you're going to find a PC engine and then the like add-on CD player that's still working.
That's right, the add-on for it. I totally forgot.
It's still working. Pretty slim because they picked
They
really
burn out, don't they?
They're terrible capacitors in them, and the capacitor just blew up. So now you need a turbo, or what they called a PC Engine Duo. Except the original Duo had the same capacitor problems. So now you need a PC Engine Duo R.
What the fuck? Oh, like rewritable.
Like dash R. No, it was just a special edition. Like
that's just what they called it.
Re-release, like a version 3. Or what I have, a PC Engine Duo RX, which is the same thing as an R, but it has
Isn't it
six-button
the two
controller.
consoles like mashed together?
Yeah, everything's all in one.
Yeah.
So it's the PC Engine and the Duo.
Yeah.
And the CD player. That's
And
why
those
it's called,
aren't
that's
cheap.
why it's called the Duo.
How much are those?
The R can typically go $350, $400 and quickly up.
Jeez.
The RX is like $500 and up.
Jesus Christ.
I have the RX.
The console's practically smaller than my hand.
Well, not these. So the Duo is kind of like
it's
this
bigger,
big,
okay.
because it has the CD drive and the
Yeah.
right. I have the RX with the 6-button controller. When I bought it, it was $105. $105.
When was that? The fucking early 2000s?
2014.
Oh, okay.
I wanna
wow,
say.
the 20 teens.
2013, 2014, somewhere in there. So now you've got, let's just say $500 for an RX, or let's
You're
go
spending $1,000.
No, let's
for
go
this game.
$400. An R. Like, let's be realistic. An R. You don't need an RX. I'm a tryhard. So $400 for the system, $400 for the game, $800 we're up to. You can't play it.
Why?
You need the memory card. So
What
made really high-end PC Engine games work really well is you needed to use an extra memory card that went in the PC Engine Hue card slot. So the one that you need for this game is called, there's 3 different ones. There's the PC Engine Magic Card, right? There's the Magic Card 3, which has a little bit more memory, and then you have the Arcade Pro card, which is what you need for this game. It adds the original Turbo PC Engine had 64 kilobytes of memory. This thing adds 2 megs more. It fucking super drives the PC Engine into essentially a super graphics.
Yeah.
That the CD drive can pull from.
That's just so wild that you need to plug this memory card in for it to
card-
unleash the power.
That card loose, no case with it, $250.
What the fuck?
Complete, $450, $500.
What the fuck?
So now you're talking $1,300 to play a game that you could play on the Genesis for $50.
Jesus Christ, man.
But it's so much better.
They're much more expensive.
It's not $1,250 better, but you know what? I fucking own it, and I'm gonna flex.
That's funny.
So that's my number 2.
That's a funny number 2.
Your number 2, sir.
Okay, my number 2 is a game that years later I wish I would have kept, because I kept seeing posts and forums and going, have you guys never played this game? Have you guys ever played this game? It's so out of this world. I'm talking about Hagane, The Final Conflict.
And I'll be fair, I never played this game until after the fact, when I saw it on YouTube.
What a fucking game, man.
Yes. Holy shit.
Dev by CA Productions, Pub, Red Hudson Entertainment. This game, loose, $1,500.
Yep.
Loose. If
I
you
know.
got a manual and a box, guess what? I don't even know how expensive that is.
No.
Because no one has a box and a manual for this game.
Yes.
Like, actually, man, if you have a box and a manual for this, I would love to see what the price is right now, because it's insane. You pick from swords, shurikens, chains, grenades. You even get screen clearing attacks. It's a very beautiful game. It's a very style of Metroid-sized sprite game. It has like that exact same style of look. And it's just as awesome. You flip, slide, cartwheel, and hack your way through each level. Like, you can literally like side flip up in the air and like attack with your sword coming down. Like there's a lot of ways you can attack your enemies in this, and it keeps making things fresh and new for you.
Yeah.
You take a boss on at the end of each level and fuck them up. The reason this game is so expensive is because it's such a damn cool Metroid Ninja Gaiden style game. There's no going back in this game, but I just mean that in the way that it looks and the way that the sprites are. But I still have no idea why this game is so damn expensive, other than it just being a good game.
Came out really late, so it had a really limited run.
So when we're talking about very limited run, are we talking about under 200,000 copies?
Oh yeah, like most of these, they maybe had 50,000.
Wow. Okay.
Some of these only had like 10, 15,000. Yep.
So that is probably why.
Mega rare, and it's disgusting to say, but how many people just threw out games?
Dude.
Instead of selling them at a yard sale or
in the garbage,
they just literally threw them away.
Yep.
It hurts. Boy, I hope one of you is listening right now. Like my sister, who I lent her my N64 when I had my GameCube. I lent my N64 and all my games so that my nephews had games to play.
Yeah.
And we're talking Gold Cart. Now I've replaced these, but these were in box still.
Oh,
Gold
boxes.
Cart Zelda, Gold Cart Majora's, which had the holographic labels.
The cool,
right?
the cool sticker.
Boy, I had some winners on. I had Rogue Squadron, which we recently found is not that expensive.
No, it's cheap.
She sold the entire lot for $10 at a yard at a
Holy
community yard sale. And the deal was, I was lending her this, that it came back to me.
Oh, that's the worst.
Right?
That's one of my biggest if
didn't even get to the part that hurt.
Ugh.
The console itself was one of the fantastic colors.
Oh, what color was
So
it?
I had the atomic purple.
Cool.
And it would have sold for a lot now.
Yeah.
But there's a couple Japanese N64s that are like.
The orange one is expensive.
The orange one's crazy expensive, but there's also these ones that are two-tone. They're black on the bottom and then clear
I didn't see those as much.
They were specific to one department store, and they go for a lot.
Yeah, I didn't see those as much. I rented one by accident.
They go for a lot.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy.
How about that Pikachu N64?
Hey you, Pikachu.
Yeah, hey you, Pikachu.
The blue and yellow one.
Yeah, blue and yellow.
Honestly, there was one, you know that antique mall?
Yeah.
Like where United Cycle used to be? There's one there.
Yeah. Big ass power button.
Like $500.
Yeah.
Your number one, sir.
Oh man.
The one that hurt your soul the most.
So I didn't like doing this list at all because things got so expensive, and this is one of the games that got expensive, and I have no idea why. So this game came out in 1992 for original Nintendo. Developer EIM Pub. Title. Low end of this title, $1,000. High end, $2,000. That is without a box or manual. I'm talking about Panic Restaurant.
Yeah, I don't understand.
It's just a boring ass platformer. You're chef cookie, and you bop a bunch of evil pieces of food through 6 levels with the help of spoons, forks, dishes, whatever. I have no idea why this game is so damn expensive, because it sucks. But I had it, and when I sold it, the guy was like, is it okay if I give you $950 for this one title? I'm like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
And I had no idea what title he was talking about. I'm like, $950 for one Nintendo game? I don't give a fuck what it is.
Well, especially when you're doing it because you got to sell your collection for money.
Yeah.
When they say money, you're like, I'm taking it now.
Yeah.
You know, like
so the guy
I know why,
so
because
gave me
this is super limited
$950
run.
for this one title. And I'll put a video up of it, but this game I never even played it.
Nah.
It had a fucking video station sticker across the sticker, and the guy still gave me $950 for it. So why this game is so expensive is because of video game rating or something. I have no fucking clue.
It's super limited run. That's why.
Yeah.
There aren't many out there.
It's a shitty game. It's
Just
such a shitty game.
It's like Little Samson. You know, like there's which. I'm not putting Little Samson on my list because I'm not going to bullshit you. I never owned it, never played it, never rented it until emulation. Then I tried it then.
I still never played it.
Flintstones on Dinosaur Peak.
That one I owned, but I have never played it. But I owned it.
Oh, then that's another one you should have got a grand for.
That one should have. I probably
Wayne's
did.
World NES.
That game sucked.
And it's worth stupid amounts.
That game is fucking dumb.
It's another one of those 1,000 to 2,000 games. I don't know why. But yeah, my number one.
Your number one
is, now I'll give you a disclaimer. I do not own it.
Okay.
But we'll get around to it.
Okay.
It's another PC Engine game that requires the Arcade
the
Pro
thing?
card.
Okay,
So it requires a $400 memory card just to play it. It requires
the CD add-on,
a Duo R, a CD add-on, or Duo RX, one of those. But
let me guess, it's a shoot 'em up.
It is a shoot 'em up. Do you know which shoot 'em up it is?
Radiant Silvergun.
No.
Oh, but hey, it wasn't a bad pick.
I just want on the record, I did not bring that fucking game up. You did. Oh no! Wait, I brought it up earlier.
You brought it up.
It's a valuable game. It is. No, this game is Ginga Fuke Densetsu Sapphire.
Of course, I don't know this game.
Also known to the Western world as just Sapphire.
Sapphire.
Okay. And right now is when you're gonna put the intro music in, and just fucking enjoy this, everyone. Right? Like, it's literally fucking heavy metal, like hair metal. Come on.
Meow.
I love it. Anime intro to it. I'm straight up, it's a very good shooter. It's like a time travel thing where it's like an all-female cop force is chasing down like time criminals.
I'm listening.
It's fucking good, man. All-female cop.
All-female cops.
Yeah, so it's 5 levels. It's all based in like a different time period each level, so still pretty interested. 4 characters you can choose from with like different movement speeds and like fire types. So this is like right in line with everything that was coming down the pipeline, like Battle Garaga and all those.
Yeah. Which I thought was always a typo.
Supports 2-player co-op, which was pretty rare for a lot of PC Engine games. And well, like
just for shoot 'em ups in general.
But PC Engine,
yeah,
they really focused on one player, like TurboGrafx.
Yeah, if you had a PC Engine, you were a loner. You didn't have any friends.
Yeah, if you had a TurboGrafx in North America, it literally only had one controller port.
Yeah, didn't you have to daisy chain off the second controller?
No, that was 3DO.
Oh, that's 3DO.
You had to buy a TurboTap just to
you had to buy a multi-tap adapter just to fucking get second player.
Yeah,
that's
and
cheap.
It was officially called TurboTap.
TurboGrafx.
It was release date was like what, November 24th, 1995 in Japan, right? So PlayStation's already out, Saturn's already out, 3DO's out, even though it's a piece of shit. Neo Geo's been going for a long time, and it's got great shooters. Nintendo's like right on the horizon with N64.
Yeah.
Who the fuck buys this?
Who does buy that?
Right?
Loren does.
No, nobody did. And this is why we're getting into stupid territory here, okay? Everybody retroactively figured out that this game is worth a fuck ton of money, but nobody bought it. So they're out there somewhere. But like, as far as we know, there might only be like 10,000 copies of this game, or less. But you know what there's a fuck ton of? Counterfeits. And these counterfeits are so perfect that you can barely... Like, so Ryan from Next Wave, it became his life mission to figure out which ones are, and he can look at them and tell the difference.
It's either like a really bad sticker, right?
No, it's like because the discs are fucking printed. Like these counterfeits.
So what color are the backside of the discs?
Out of control how good these are.
So what's the color of the back?
He actually goes off the batch number on the inner ring of the CD.
Yeah.
That's the only way he can tell the difference. The manuals are perfect.
Yeah.
They are perfect. You cannot tell the difference. The disc printing.
So the sticker looks just as well.
It's
I
not
guess
a sticker.
You wouldn't know unless you.
It's literally not.
Right,
it's literally laser printed on. You
Okay.
cannot tell the like these are such high quality counterfeits that the counterfeits go for hundreds.
Fuck, that's scary.
The counterfeits go
This
for
is
hundreds.
one of the reasons I got out of collecting
So
and selling video games, is that it's getting hard to the point now
yeah,
for people being good at reprinting these cartridges or printing CDs.
yeah, like this. Honestly, the last time I even heard of a legitimate Sapphire being sold, thousands,
Wow. Thousands.
and not
And it
sealed.
couldn't even not be real.
Not sealed. No, like the last time we heard of like one that we can know
It's
from
legit.
Ryan
Okay.
being legitimate was thousands.
Wow.
The counterfeits go for hundreds.
Wow.
But this game's actually fun.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, that intro music is just like
Banging. Banging.
Like let's fucking go! Like you can't wait to hit start and just die. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, that game. But no, for legitimately thousands. And that to me is like, that's why it's number one on my list, is because if your counterfeits go for hundreds, you're a ballin' ass game, man. But that's it. That's my list. That's Tom's list. Let us know what you think should be on this list. I know we've missed millions.
A shit ton.
Don't come at me with Chrono Trigger. Get the fuck out of here. We all own that.
We know that game's an expensive one,
Yeah.
but I never owned it.
But there's hundreds of thousands out there.
Yes.
There's millions out there.
Yeah.
Don't come at me with that one. That was whatever. So I think there's other rare ones that we could talk about for sure. I'm sure you guys want to bring them up. Bring them up in the comments. We'll reply to all of you. And that's all I got, man. Thanks for having me, Tom.
Okay. See you, Lauren.
Yeah, bye.
And see you guys.
Bye.